Welcome back to the cryptowrld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now, this new Bitcoin pattern and this new Ethereum pattern are getting extremely close to breaking, which I'll talk about later in the video, so definitely watch to the end. First of all, just giving you a really quick update here on the daily Bitcoin chart. And right now, as I'm recording this video, the daily Bitcoin price oscillators are still technically trending in the bearish direction, while the price of Bitcoin here on the daily time frame is still in this bearish shorter term phase within this larger multi-month long bullish trend that we've seen since November last year. And of course, we have seen a phase like this during this bullish trend once before, which was back during around February to March. And if you want to know more about what is happening here on the daily Bitcoin chart, then check out my last video on the channel, because not a lot has changed on this chart over the last one day. But anyway, now zooming into the 8-hour Bitcoin to US dollar chart. And obviously over the last one day, we did see yet another rejection from this line of resistance at around 27.5k approximately. And so obviously, once again, as I said in my last video, that 27.5k level is still acting as strong resistance, at least in the shorter term here. And technically speaking, while the price of Bitcoin remains below that level, this technical price target at around 24.1k and this pattern are still currently active, because essentially this price target for this pattern only get invalidated if we see a confirmed breakout in the price of Bitcoin back above 27.5k. And obviously, we need to see confirmations back above that level in order to invalidate this price target and this pattern. For example, 8-hour candle closes, or ideally daily candle closes back above 27.5k, or even better, if the price retested that level and flipped it into new support, then obviously that would further confirm a breakout back above that level and essentially invalidate this bearish price target. But as of right now, that has not yet happened, which means this technical price target to the downside, at least for now, is still currently in play. But if you're zooming into the much shorter term here on the 4-hour Bitcoin chart, obviously just recently in the imminent short term, the price of Bitcoin has been looking very neutral, not overly bullish or overly bearish, basically just chopping around sideways in this sideways price range, which is obviously also what I talked about in my last 1 to 2 videos, saying that I'm starting to flip more neutral just in the short term rather than overly bullish or overly bearish. And this is also because the 4-hour Bitcoin price oscillators are showing very low momentum as of right now. For example, the RSI itself is basically chopping around sideways, while the MACD is showing very low momentum. It's almost flat as of right now. And as for these areas of support and resistance here on the 4-hour time frame, we have this area of support coming into play in between around 26.2k to around 26.6k, and we have this area of resistance in the short term sitting in between around 27.3k to 27.7k. And what is also now forming in the short term here on the 4-hour Bitcoin chart is a new symmetrical triangle pattern, obviously a much smaller pattern to this one on the 8-hour time frame. And obviously this new symmetrical triangle pattern on the 4-hour chart has not yet confirmed a breakout either above this resistance or below this support, because right now this support line is sitting at around 26.7k approximately, and this line of resistance is currently sitting at around 27.3k. And basically, while the price of Bitcoin remains between this support and this resistance, obviously we're looking very neutral just in the imminent short term, talking about the coming hours, maybe over the next 1 day or so. But eventually the price will have to leave this pattern, because there's only around 3 days to go until we reach the end of this triangle, where the price will be forced to either break resistance or support. So basically, at some point within the next few days, we're going to see either a breakout to the upside or to the downside. And as always, it doesn't actually matter if you're a trader whether the price breaks out to the upside or to the downside, because you can make money in either direction with long positions and short positions. And so all you really need to know is the breaking point, the support or the resistance, and the technical price targets for either direction. And speaking of those technical price targets, if we do end up seeing a confirmed breakout above that level of resistance, then that would set up a technical price target at around $29,000. But on the flip side, if we see a confirmed break below this line of support, then that would set up a technical price target at approximately 25.1k. And so either way, we're looking at a possible 6% move or so in the price of Bitcoin once we see a confirmed break from this pattern. And if you want to know how to make money in this move, no matter if we break out to the upside or to the downside, then stick around to the end of this video to find out more about long positions and short positions. But anyway, now getting into the Ethereum part of this video, this is on the daily ETH to US dollar chart. And once again, not a lot has changed over the last one day on this chart. So as of right now, the price of ETH is still running into this area of support in between 1770 to 1820. And this other area of support and resistance have obviously not changed over the last one day. And as for the daily Ethereum price oscillators, these are also still trending in the bearish direction as of right now, like what we saw back during around February to March. So once again, this is why I've been saying over the last 2 weeks or so that I have been leaning a little bit more bearish than bullish just in the short term, because of course that's also what we saw back here during February to March, just a shorter term pullback, short term bearish price action within a larger multi-month long bullish trend that has been playing out since November. And once again, if you want to know more about what's happening here on the daily time frame, then check out my last video on the channel. But anyway, zooming into the shorter term, this is on the 4-hour ETH to US dollar chart. And obviously over the last one day, we have seen that other rejection again from this area of resistance sitting in between 1830 to 1850. But as I also said in my last 1 to 2 videos, right now I am leaning more neutral rather than overly bullish or overly bearish just in the imminent short term, which means I'm mostly expecting choppy sideways price action rather than a significant bullish trend or bearish trend just in the imminent short term here, talking about the next day or so. And this is also because right now the price oscillators on the 4-hour Ethereum chart are very neutral. The RSI is basically chopping around sideways while the MACD is almost completely flat. And as for support and resistance, we have this level of support at around 1780 to 1790. Below that level, we have this level of support at around 1760. And below that, we have this area of support in between 1.7k to 1730. And as for resistance, we have this price area once again in between 1830 to 1850. Above that, we have this level of resistance at around 1890 based on this previous high and this high. And above that, we have this area of resistance in between around 1920 to 1950. And now if you're zooming in closer here on the 4-hour time frame, of course, we are now forming a symmetrical triangle pattern here in the imminent short term, which is getting very close to breaking this pattern. Because as of right now, the price of ETH has around 2 days to go until it reaches the end of this triangle pattern, where it will be forced to either break resistance or support at some point between now and 2 days from now. And first of all, this line of support is sitting at around 1.8k, and this line of resistance is sitting at around 1820. So obviously this is quite a tight price range right now. And as for the technical price targets, if we see a confirmed breakout above that level of resistance, then that would set up a technical price target at around 1930, falling right into this area of resistance. But on the flip side, if we see a confirmed break below that level of support, then that would set up a technical price target at around 1.7k, falling right into this area of support. And so either way, we're looking at around a 5 to 6% move in the price of ETH once we see either a confirmed break below this support or above this resistance. And once again, if you're a trader, it does not matter if the price breaks bearish or bullish. So it does not matter if I give you a bullish or bearish prediction, because either way, if we break to the downside, then that just confirms this price target. And of course, a short position could be profitable in that case. But on the flip side, if the price confirms a break above resistance and confirms that technical price target in place, then perhaps a long position could be profitable in that case. And if you want to know more about long positions and short positions, how to make money no matter what direction the price takes, then check out the video in the top left of your screen right now, because that video is an in-depth guide about long positions and short positions, and the video in the bottom left shows you how to make money if the price is just chopping around sideways. But anyway, that's everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.